They say that perfection is the enemy of the good. Are you looking for the perfect bill?
Look, you always want to aim for perfect. That's exactly what we should be doing. But do I recognize there'll be some compromises along the way? Of course there will be compromises along the way. But understand this. We have to have strings attached before we give $500 billion away to giant corporations. We need to make sure that money isn't just going to big corporations, that it's going to people who are struggling to pay student loan debts right now. It makes no sense
what compromises
to do student loans.
Are you willing to make?
Well, how about one on student loans? I'd like to see us forgive all of the debt on student loans.
That's not a compromise. What compromise are you willing to make in the bill that's been put forward so far?
If you'd let me finish.
Sure.
I would like to see all of the debt forgiven on student loans. Right now, the proposal on the table is to forgive the interest and to forgive $10,000 worth of debt for each student. I could live with that. I think that's a good place for us to start, and it relieves the pressure on a lot of people who are living really close to the economic margin. The notion that the federal government should be out there squeezing dollars out of people who are losing their jobs, who are living in this time of economic uncertainty, makes no sense at all. It's harmful to the individuals and it's harmful to our economy. So I see a compromise there. Let's do that. Increasing payments on Social Security and disability. Look, I'd like to see them go even higher, but $200 a month every month for the next couple of years, that would lift more than 5 million people out of poverty. It would mean that seniors who are locked at home right now and have to use food delivery services and spend more on health care will at least have a little cushion in their budget. Those are the kinds of things I'd like to see us do, and I'm perfectly willing to compromise on the numbers. In fact, I think we've already done that. But we need the Republicans to move, to say yes, they are willing to help on student loans. They are willing to help on unemployment insurance. They are willing to help on Social Security and disability. And well, let's negotiate over the dollar
Senator,
numbers.
we're up against the clock, so I have to keep jumping in, so forgive me. In this bill, there are checks for everyday Americans. The reason this bill hasn't gone through is because of Democratic senators. Do you want to be the person that's stopping people from getting their checks to meet their rent at the end of this month?
Excuse me, the reason this bill has not gone through is because of Republican senators and because of a Republican leadership that pretended to negotiate for 3 days with the Democrats and then at the end of that time basically introduced their own bill that did not have compromises and that did not make sure that the money is going down to the grassroots. Look, it's going to take people from both parties to get this through. Now, we've laid out what our principles are, and that is you can't give $500 billion to giant industry and not help people at the grassroots.
So, Senator, why don't we strip out the bailout side of the bill, spend the rest of the week debating that, and then get through the rest and get it done quickly so people can actually receive some money?
So I'd love to strip out the bailout part of the bill and just concentrate on student loans, unemployment insurance, on increasing Social Security, on getting help to small businesses, and on making sure we're getting the money to our hospitals and our testing facilities. I'm glad to do that, Bill. Let's do it right now.
Can we strip out the payments, the checks to Americans, and can we do that today? Senator, I don't think there's enough urgency on Capitol Hill. I've been frustrated with this for weeks now on both sides of the aisle. You guys can get this done. The only thing stopping it from happening is yourselves on both sides of the aisles. And there's no point coming on the TV shows today on the networks and saying it's the Republicans' fault. Because you know what's happening on the other networks? It's the Democrats' fault. It's all of your fault. Get around a table, strip it out, pass the bill with the checks in so people can get those checks in 1 week, in 2 weeks' time.
So I am glad to sit down and get money into the pockets of people right now. I think we can do that with cash. I think we can do that by cutting student loan payments. We can do that by expanding unemployment insurance, and we can do that by expanding Social Security. I've been talking about all 4 of these 4 weeks now. I have put forward those proposals. And right now, we don't have Republicans to negotiate with on those issues. They're not there. So you tell me what you want to do. You want to bring one on this program? That's fine with me.
I will do just that, Senator.
But this is the kind of thing that puts money directly into the hands of people who are suffering. I want to do that right now. I will stay here. I will work around the clock to make that happen. But we've got to keep the focus on money into the hands of people who are struggling right now. We are not going to rebuild this economy by putting a bunch of money at the top. We need that money going down.
Senator, I totally agree. It needs to happen quickly. But let me tell you, we won't be playing the blame game and letting you guys dictate who is to blame. If you guys don't get this done, it's every single one of you that needs to be held responsible for it. Both parties, the whole of Washington.